The Washington Commanders held another practice. It was their Thursday practice in preparation for the Baltimore Ravens in a big time football game, folks. This is a game that you should be excited about if you're a Commanders fan or a Ravens fan, because you're going to get a chance to see two generational talents at quarterback. You're going to see the wave of Lamar Jackson, who's been a two-time MVP in this league and one of the most electrifying players in the history of the NFL, the youngest MVP winner. And you're going to see him now going up against Jaden Daniels, Washington's rookie sensation, who has all the makings to be one of the next greats in the league, and he's taken the league by storm. As a matter of fact, the Washington Commanders have taken the league by storm, and that Jaden Daniels offense leads the league in points scored at 155. Well, guess what, folks? The second team is Lamar Jackson's team, the Baltimore Ravens, at 147. So something has to give Sunday at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. This is going to be a game that's going to be won in the trenches. And for Washington, their offensive line, a line that some thought would be a makeshift offensive line before the season started, has now become one of their strengths. And they're manhandling teams. Last week against Cleveland, they moved, Myles Garrett and that Cleveland defensive front all over the field. And they're going to have to do the same thing this week against Justin Adebwike and the Baltimore Ravens defensive front. This Ravens defense has talent, make no mistake about it. In the middle, you have Roquan Smith. In the secondary, you have Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton. These are all Pro Bowl talents. So for Washington, this probably is going to be their most stern test of the season against another top-flight defense. And I think for this game, a lot of questions will be answered. People want to know, is this Commanders team that good? Are they as good as their 4-1 record? But they're going to have a chance to prove it on Sunday against Baltimore, who comes into the game riding a 3-game winning streak. They started the year at 0-2 with two, kind of deflating losses, and the second loss was against against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's hard saying that when you're an old head like myself. Well, they lost that game, a lead they gave up. And then last week against Cincinnati, they had to come back in the game. So they're showing resiliency and they're getting their mojo back. So if you're a Ravens fan, you should feel pretty good about this game. For Washington, they're going to come into this football game riding a 4-game winning streak. After their opening day loss to Tampa, they've reeled off 4 in a row, and they've done it impressively. The last 2 weeks, matter of fact, they've pretty much taken it to the opposing team in Arizona and Kyler Murray, and then also Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. So Washington's defense is there, their special teams playing well, and obviously their offense is flying high. So this is going to be a football game that has the makings to be a Game of the Year candidate. So right here in Ashburn, I'm Lake Lewis.